Near the location where the purifying lotus demonic flame was about to appear, experts from the 8 ancient clans had gathered. Of particular interest to us was the Yao clan, with whom Yao Lao had personal grievances. We were shown Elder Yao Wangui, the very same person who had expelled Yao Lao from the clan without reason. What would their reunion be like? What would Xiao Yan do to the man who had treated his teacher in such a way? Let us take a closer look at this elder of the Yao clan. He serves as an antagonist in the Heavenly Tomb, Purifying Lotus Flame, and Yao clan arcs. He is in charge of discipline and punishments within the Yao clan and possesses enormous authority. His words can determine the life or death of almost any disciple or clan member. His personality is described as excessively arrogant and overbearing. Just like the other ancient clans, such as the Lei clan, the Gu clan, the Hun clan, and the Shi clan, the Yao clan had sent 3 representatives. When this group arrived, Xiao Yan turned toward them. He glanced at Yao Lao and saw heavy emotions flash within his eyes. Yao Lao had even tensed slightly. The 3 were a man, a woman, and an old man. The man wore magnificent robes, and his thin lips radiated icy indifference. The young woman had long blue hair and carried herself like a cold beauty. The last was clearly an elder wearing an alchemist's robe. Both of his hands were hidden within his sleeves, and a stern glint occasionally flickered in his eyes. The young man's name was Yao Tian. He was the most outstanding figure among the younger generation of the Yao clan. His spiritual strength had already reached the advanced heavenly stage. He had once consumed a medicinal pill extremely close to a Tier 9 treasure pill. His true cultivation was at the initial level of a 1-star Saint Do Sheng, which was why he was considered the most exceptional. Rumors even claimed that he had once refined a Tier 9 treasure pill. Xiao Yan was not particularly surprised. The ancient clans possessed limitless resources. Even a fool could become an expert under such conditions. Let alone those who had actual talent. Their achievements would be colossal. The young woman was his younger sister, Yao Ling. Her strength was at the initial level of half Saint Ban Sheng, but her spiritual strength was astonishingly powerful. It was said that within the Yao clan, she had the highest chance of advancing her soul to the divine stage. To be honest, many viewers had already taken a liking to this heroine from the trailer. She would play quite a number of roles in the upcoming events. Many would describe her as the cold and beautiful Yao Ling. She was not only a genius of the Yao clan with soul power approaching the great perfection of the heavenly realm, but she also possessed a special physique capable of helping others improve their cultivation. Elder Yao Wangui and Yao Tian were incredibly arrogant and domineering, constantly hostile toward Yao Lao and Xiao Yan. Yao Tian himself even looked somewhat villainous. Just look at him. Yao Ling, however, was entirely different. Although she was Yao Tian's sister and somewhat cold by nature, she possessed a kind disposition. Her light blue dress with a white cloak gave her an ethereal, almost fairy-like appearance. Due to her unique, heterogeneous soul, Yao Ling was naturally capable of extremely rapid cultivation. At present, she was the most outstanding representative of the younger generation of the Yao clan. Yao Ling's bloodline was also extremely special. The power within her blood could help others strengthen their spiritual strength. That alone was enough to provoke envy. The Yao clan carefully concealed her abilities, never revealing her special traits. Otherwise, the Hall of Souls would have already taken action, captured Yao Ling, and used her to enhance either Hun Tiandi's spiritual strength or the Void Devouring Flame. Yao Ling had never shown hostility toward Xiao Yan or Yao Lao, nor had she humiliated or looked down on them. However, she was unable to stop her brother Yao Tian and elder Yao Wangui. That is why it will be interesting to see this heroine in the Donghua adaptation. As for Yao Wangui, he was the one responsible for discipline and punishment within the Yao clan. Xiao Yan was slightly startled. He looked at Yao Lao and saw his teacher trembling as he stared at the old man named Yao Wangui. "Teacher." Xiao Yan grabbed his mentor's hand, realizing that Yao Lao's emotions were in turmoil. Yao Lao clenched his fists slightly. After a brief silence, he began to speak. In the past, that man had failed to discern the truth of the situation. With just a single sentence, he had Yao Lao expelled from the Yao clan. Xiao Yan froze upon hearing this, and killing intent flared in his eyes. "I swear I will take this man's life." Indeed, Anyone who had caused so much suffering to Yao Lao automatically became Xiao Yan's enemy. However, Gu Suna reminded him that Yao Wangui was an initial 4-star Do Sheng. He was extremely powerful, and dealing with him would not be easy. But Xiao Yan knew his own limits. An initial 4-star Saint Do Sheng was indeed a problem for him at the moment. However, if he managed to obtain the purifying lotus demonic flame, then dealing with Yao Wangui would be effortless. Gu Suna said nothing further. She knew that Xiao Yan always calmly assessed the situation and would never act unless he was confident in his ability to prevail. The Yao clan's group naturally drew attention. The Yao clan was considered a unique ancient clan. The majority of its members were alchemists, all possessing exceptional talent in pill refinement. That was why the Yao clan dominated the atmosphere whenever pill refining was involved. If their ancient clan appeared more frequently on the Central Plains, the reputation of the Pill Tower would suffer a severe blow. After all, the Yao clan's inheritance was far more complete. In terms of alchemy mastery, the Pill Tower still had a long way to go before matching the Yao clan. However, the Yao clan's rules were extremely strict. Only clan members were allowed to learn its techniques. Any outsider would be punished. Finally, Yao Wangui's gaze met Yao Lao's. "So you are the exile, Yao Chen? I did not expect you to reach the Do Sheng class. You truly surprised me." Yao Lao replied in a serious tone that if not for him, he would not have become who he was today. Yao Wangui merely smiled calmly at this response. Although a 1-star Do Sheng was a powerful expert, in his eyes such a practitioner was still inferior. "So he is the exile, Yao Chen? It seems the clan once gave him an opportunity to return, yet he stubbornly refused." Yao Tian frowned slightly. He swept his gaze over Yao Lao and sneered. The matter of Yao Lao refusing to return had spread widely throughout the clan. At that time, Yao Tian had even coldly remarked that Yao Lao did not know what was good for him. Naturally, he would despise him upon meeting again. The unfriendly atmosphere was immediately picked up by the surrounding experts. The Yao clan was an ancient clan. An ordinary expert would not dare offend them. Thus, many chose simply to observe. Yao Lao trembled with anger as he listened to the ridicule. He was usually very calm, but being expelled from the Yao clan had always been a thorn embedded in his deepest wounds. After so many years of training, his soul has only reached the advanced heavenly stage. His talent is mediocre. Since we once gave him a chance to return, there is no need to mention him again in the future. Yao Tian shrugged upon seeing Yao Lao's expression. Yao Wangui laughed and nodded in agreement. Xiao Yan patted Yao Lao on the shoulder while staring directly at Yao Tian. "After so many years of training, your soul has only reached the advanced heavenly stage. The title of the greatest talent of the Yao clan's younger generation is meaningless." Yao Tian and Yao Wangui were startled that someone had dared to intervene. "Who are you? Do you think you have the right to criticize me?" Yao Tian replied coldly, fixing his gaze on Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan introduced himself as Yao Chen's disciple. "Oh, you are the champion of this season's pill gathering, correct?" Yao Wangui and Yao Tian looked Xiao Yan up and down. The pill gathering is merely a low-tier competition. Such an event means nothing in the eyes of the Yao clan. Yao Tian did not appreciate Xiao Yan's words. His face turned completely cold. He stepped forward, and a powerful spiritual strength erupted from his body. Filled with dense and oppressive spiritual energy, it roared forward directly at Xiao Yan. Space trembled, and those nearby felt their souls involuntarily tighten under the pressure. Yao Tian intended to use this to demonstrate the difference in status and strength between himself and Xiao Yan, merely Yao Lao's disciple. He meant to teach Xiao Yan a lesson. However, Xiao Yan's reaction was entirely different. He simply raised his hand and clenched it into a fist. A sharp cracking sound rang out. There was not the slightest fluctuation of Do Qi. No flashes of energy, no outward manifestation of power. Yet Yao Tian's majestic spiritual waves suddenly became covered in cracks and shattered before the eyes of countless onlookers. Xiao Yan sneered after destroying the attack. His words carried contempt for his opponent's level. A 1-star Do Sheng with an advanced heavenly stage soul dared to lecture his teacher, not understanding his own limits. Taking a step forward, Xiao Yan clenched his fist. Yao Tian was still in shock, unable to believe what had just happened. At that moment, Xiao Yan delivered a direct punch toward him without unnecessary movement. The strike appeared simple and straightforward, without flashy might, yet it contained absolute confidence and superiority. Xiao Yan taught a lesson to the one who had intended to teach him. But it did not end there. Elder Yao Wangui could not allow the young genius of the Yao clan to be treated in such a manner. The events were extremely intriguing. Xiao Yan had not even entered the space of the purifying lotus yet, and already such adventures had unfolded. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and goodbye everyone.